Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. We're going to talk about today topics: the most luxurious new hotel. Cheval Blanc Seychelles. This 115 island nation in the Indian Ocean just welcomed the LVMH hotel brand's first African outpost. Cheval Blanc Seychelles does away with the expected thatched roof aesthetic in favor of 52 modern-looking villas, with 1 to 5 bedrooms each, by celebrated designer Jean-Michel Gaudi, Amman, New York, Marina Bay Sands, in Singapore. I stayed in a sleek villa painted bone white, with views of aquamarine waves, a 41-foot-long pool, and an outdoor shower I shared with a giant snail one day and a pair of curious geckos the next. The minimalist main lodge has chic lounges, 2 infinity pools, and 4 of the hotel's 5 elegant restaurants. The fifth, Mizumi, is on the waterfront, serving East Asian dishes including dim sum and excellent sushi in a historic cottage. The Guerlain Spa has a hammam and 8 hillside cabanas, each with different design touches, a quartz massage table in one, mother-of-pearl walls covering another. The Emery, London. As I approached the Emery, a new hotel from the hospitality group behind London's iconic Claridge's and the Connaught, I anticipated some fanfare, a top-hat-donning doorman, a chandelier-lit lobby, slick signage. But I found nothing of the sort. Discretion is one of the hotel's many luxuries. The Emery is quietly tucked inside a glass and steel building from architect Richard Rogers, who designed Paris's Centre Pompidou, a detour from the typical white stucco facades that line the rest of London's Belgravia neighbourhood. The hotel lies right next to Hyde Park, and you won't soon forget it. The 61 rooms, between 600 and 3,000 square feet, have floor-to-ceiling windows peering over the Royal Park. Every 2 floors are the vision of a different designer, including Pierre-Yves Rochon, the Savoy, and Alexandra Champalamo, Raffles, Singapore. My husband, son, and I stayed in the André Fu-designed Hyde Park balcony suite, and we happily made ourselves at home. My 1-year-old son giggled as he shuffled from the massive closet to the sprawling, spa-like bathroom during a rousing round of hide and seek. My husband helped himself to the complimentary in-suite snacks. I flipped through a coffee table book while lounging on the curved, cream-colored sofa, and the 3 of us together enjoyed a gorgeous breakfast spread in the dining room every morning. Other exclusive amenities include a rooftop bar with all of London on display, a private cigar bar with moody lighting, complimentary airport transfers via black car or helicopter, the latter for those arriving by private jet to nearby airfields, and Seren, a 4-floor members club with a spa. Much of the property feels hush-hush, but Jean-Georges Vongerichten's ground-floor ABC Kitchens restaurant, the chef's first UK outpost, is delightfully humming with chatter from both locals and guests sharing colourful, plant-forward plates, rainbow beet carpaccio, roasted cauliflower dusted with red jug, that nicely complement the bright Damien Hirst artwork splashed all over the walls. Eriro, Tyrol, Austria. Barrig, a dialectical German word rarely used beyond Western Austria, means wonderful. It's the perfect description for Eriro, a luxurious 9-room lodge perched on a meadow in Austria's Tyrolean Alps. Its surroundings are glorious, with mountains all around. To the north is the Zugspitze, the highest peak in Germany, which straddles the border with Austria. Owned by 3 local families, Eriro aims to protect the fragile alpine ecosystem. No new construction is permitted in these meadows, so the lodge is technically a rebuilding, on the site of a derelict old inn painstakingly dismantled so that the old wood could be reclaimed and used in Eriro's ceiling paneling. Though the lodge's exterior is classic alpine chalet, the interior is strikingly modern, with hand-hewn pine furniture and enormous picture windows. Nearly everything the kitchen serves, except the coffee and some wine, comes from within a 50-mile radius. Since there's no citrus, for instance, foraged berries provide acidity, and the juice on the breakfast table is apple and quince. In the craft room, a local artisan offers wood carving lessons. Even the spa's massage oil is house-made, with herbs gathered from the nearby woods. The warm welcome and cozy vibes of Eriro are perhaps best embodied by the thick socks hand-knit from local wool that are given to every guest on arrival. Fuan Amp, Far Lufondo, South Africa. A carbon-neutral lodge carved into South Africa's remote Soutpansberg mountain range, Fuan Amp, Far Lufondo is close to the country's border with Zimbabwe. The hotel, by the founders of the US glamping empire under canvas, has just 6 suites, all solar-powered and decorated with local art, plus a spa and a farm that grows produce used at Lufondo's restaurant, including its excellent arugula pesto. The resort's showstopper is a solar-powered cable car, with an onboard bar. The game drives are also spectacular. My favorite moment was stalking leopards and identifying their elusive tracks in the Vombay Biosphere Reserve. Four Seasons Resort and Residences Cabo San Lucas at Cabo del Sol, Mexico. When I arrived in Los Cabos, 6 months pregnant with my second child and away from my toddler for the first time, I desperately needed a break. The thoughtful, extra-attentive staff put me at ease immediately. Never was I in need of water, a fresh towel, or a sunscreen refill. This must be how my toddler feels every day, I thought, as I sat in my private cabana at the adults-only infinity pool, staring into the cerulean water just beyond. The 96-room Four Seasons Cabo San Lucas at Cabo del Sol occupies a prime piece of real estate along the Baja California coast, known for its beautiful, rugged beaches and active marine life. I visited just weeks shy of the humpback whale migration season, much to my dismay. But thanks to the guides at the beachside 360 Degrees Baja Adventure Center, who fitted me with flippers and helped me waddle into the waves, I was able to spot schools of tropical fish while snorkeling right off the beach. The suite I shared with my husband had a wraparound balcony with a private plunge pool, where I spent each morning, drinking my coffee and watching the sun rise over the Sea of Cortez, and where, on the last night, I saw a gigantic humpback whale jump from the water. Mandarin Oriental Qianmen, Beijing brochure phrases such as authentic experiences and living like a local have become cliches, with every urban hotel claiming to immerse its guests in the surrounding community. Few, however, deliver on that promise quite as literally as the new Mandarin Oriental Qianmen, Beijing, the brand's second outpost in the Chinese capital. Scattered around a traditional Hutong neighborhood on the fringe of central Beijing's Forbidden City, the hotel's 42 courtyard suites alternate with local homes along the Hutong's stone-paved alleys. Here, your neighbors aren't other hotel guests, but real Beijingers going about their daily lives. The suites take over meticulously renovated courtyard houses and blend heritage with high design. Under their century-old wooden ceiling beams, they feature marble-clad bathrooms, plush living rooms furnished with contemporary Chinese art, and beds framed in gorgeous headboards from brass and silk embroidery. The communal areas are similarly woven throughout the district. The lobby, set in a gingerbread-trimmed Sahaiyan courtyard building on the Hutong's perimeter, doubles as an afternoon tea lounge, and connects to a village-like wellness center with a Chinese tea house, spa, and courtyard for Qi Yuan Gong baths. One alley over, Yuan Garden by Chef Fei deals in fine Cantonese and Chaozhou specialities such as butter-smooth pork char siu and deep-fried fish maw. The hotel's perch connects guests to Beijing's courtyard culture, weaving amid local dumpling joints and ni-hao nodding centenarians. This isn't just a fresh addition to the city's already star-studded hotel lineup, but a bold experiment that radically redefines what a hotel can be. Necajui, a Ritz-Carlton Reserve, Guanacaste, Costa Rica. I spent my first evening at Necajui, the Ritz-Carlton Reserve's newest hotel, on Costa Rica's peninsula Papagayo, halfway down a cliff at a tented treehouse bar. The sunset had turned the whole sky a dark pink, the same color as my cocktail, a Negroni Sabaliato made with hibiscus and mango leaf concentrate. These views are par for the course at the 107-room cliffside resort. The next day, I loaded my 8-month-old son into the glass elevator, which takes guests down to Neri Beach Club. Narrating the view to him as we descended, we could see azure water lapping against a half-moon-shaped cove. At the beach club, we grabbed a wicker couch overlooking the water, where we slurped eagerly from baby coconuts and shared tapas, mashed Spanish tortilla for him, wood-fired prawns and pan con tomate for me. There's a bevy of excursions on Peninsula Papagayo that guests can book at Necajui's Explorers Club, zip-lining, hiking, snorkeling, and ATV off-roading included. But we caught most of our thrills at the resort, navigating the suspension bridge that connects fine dining Peruvian restaurant Puna to more out-of-the-way suites, lazing in a poolside cabana, visiting the spa to try all the jets in Central America's largest hydrotherapy pool, and walking down to the beach to feel the warm water on our toes. Najuma, a Ritz-Carlton Reserve, Saudi Arabia. On a remote archipelago off Saudi Arabia's Red Sea coast, the first Ritz-Carlton Reserve in the Middle East fulfills every desert island fantasy. Najuma's pearl-white sands could have been scooped from the Seychelles, and its calm, turquoise shallows stolen from Zanzibar, Mauritius, or the Andaman Isles. But don't be fooled, it's all natural and all Saudi Arabian. From Naira Spa's moringa oil used for massages to Tabra Restaurant's fresh sea bream, served still sizzling from the coals, Najuma champions Saudi-sourced ingredients. The resort opened in May 2024, just a few months after the region first opened to tourism. Before that, the islands, reached by a 30-minute speedboat ride from the mainland, had been frequented only by fishermen. Ovo Patagonia, Argentina. The journey to this collection of 4 egg-shaped capsules suspended 885 feet up a cliff is an adventure in itself. After arriving at El Chaltén, a town at the north entrance of Argentina's Los Glaciares National Park, I transferred to Estancia Bonanza, where a 4x4 took me to the reception house of Ovo Patagonia. From there, a guide accompanied me on a short hike to the base camp to relax a while before setting out on a Via Ferrata climbing trail up to my sleeping pod. Each has 3 levels, an entryway with a living room and bathroom, an upper-level bedroom, and a lower portion with a glass bottom that reveals the earth below. It's a thrilling place to spend a night. A staffer delivers everyone a dinner of beef tenderloin or trout. After that, all that's left to do is soak up the panoramic views of landmarks like Mount Fitzroy, a legendary 11,000-foot peak. Peter Island Resort, British Virgin Islands. Days are slow and sun-baked at Peter Island Resort, which was damaged in Hurricane Irma in 2017 and has now been restored. Most of the 52 rooms are on Deadman's Beach, with sliding glass doors that open right onto the sand. Mine had its own kitchen, but I loved eating in the hotel's 2 restaurants, the Drake, a classic steakhouse, and the more casual, open-air Drunken Pelican, which serves jerk chicken wings, roti stuffed with curried chicken, and a potent painkiller, the BVI's famed rum drink. The resort has 5 beaches. My favorite was White Bay, a powdery stretch I had all to myself for a blissful afternoon of snorkeling and sunbathing. The concierge can organize excursions to nearby islands like Virgin Gorda, but I stayed put, hiking the Sunset Loop Trail around the island and soaking in my private hot tub. The Ranch Hudson Valley, New York. Malibu, California's The Ranch, the renowned luxury health and wellness retreat from husband and wife duo Sue and Alex Glasscock, has grown a cult following over the last decade. Who can say if it's the daily massage, the scenic hikes, or the organic plant-based meals, but something about the restorative program offers a welcome respite from reality. In April 2024, the brand opened its very first East Coast location in Sloatsburg, New York, just a little over an hour's drive from Manhattan. The Hudson Valley offering is set within a newly renovated, historic 40,000 square foot estate originally built in 1902. When I arrived on a sunny day in early June, I noticed detailed trimmings along the high ceilings, a light-filled grand staircase, and marble tile floors. New York design firm S.R. Gambrell curated a palette of nature-inspired colors for the 25 rooms and common spaces, like the living and game rooms, the Nancy Meyers-esque dining room, and my favorite spot, the gym that was once a ballroom. There's also an outdoor pool, sprawled in full view of Shepherd Pond, which is open in the warmer months. While the setting certainly made me feel like royalty, it's the signature ranch programming, available for 3-night, 4-day stays at minimum, that takes the experience to the next level. Each day at this opulent sleepaway camp for adults goes a little something like this: 5:30 a.m. wake up, morning stretch, group breakfast, 7:30 a.m. hike in the Hudson Valley on a nearby trail pre-scouted by our hiking guides. Following either a 2 or 4 hour hike, guests return to a whiteboard schedule where they can choose which yoga or workout class they want to sign up for, and find their daily massage time. After my daily massage, I would often choose to unwind in the 5,000 square foot solarium featuring an indoor heated pool, hot and cold plunges, and an infrared sauna. Accessible hotel. Soneva Secret, Maldives. When it opened in the remote Makunudu Atoll, the hotly anticipated Soneva Secret became the 4th Soneva resort across the Maldives and Thailand. With just 14 palatial beach and overwater villas, its first-of-its-kind floating villa is still under construction. Each accommodation has a gym, spa room, 1 or 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, and endless places to bask in the Maldivian breeze. I've been to 40 resorts in the Maldives, but I've never seen a program like Soneva Secret's private chef concept, where guests choose a cuisine, and a chef with deep ties to its food comes to your villa and cooks a multi-course meal. During my stay, I requested Chinese, Italian, and Japanese, digging into fresh Maldivian sashimi for lunch and al dente prawn pasta for dinner. Soneva Secret also has 3 restaurants, including an overwater spot called Out of This World, where adventurous guests arrive for a multi-course European fusion feast via the country's longest zipline, and the living room restaurant, with Soneva's beloved ice cream and chocolate room opposite its decadent charcuterie and cheese room. Still, I took most of my meals in my villa, where sustainably sourced light timber interiors, reclaimed metal finishes, and petrified wood counters decorated my thatched roof escape. I made good use of the main bedroom's retractable roof and fell asleep under the stars. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Bye for now.